a new race car around the end of February. Just kind of piddled on it here and there. Uh, you know, all the guys that helped me, we all work full-time jobs, and it's hard for us to really get a whole lot done during the week, and the weekends are the time that we have most to work on the race cars. So we got a lot done on this thing during the off time.
Your team, when they get together, and it's so important and it's vital to have a team. Talk about your team and the success that you've had. Obviously, you got to look back, and it is a team effort.
It is. I like to call them my friends, but ultimately, they're just as much family as my true family is. I love them to death, and I wouldn't change anything. They helped me out tremendously. I couldn't do it without them. Whatever needs to be done, they do it. I don't have to check behind anybody. I don't have to worry about anybody. And that means a lot. To have somebody you really trust that much.
Being out on the racetrack, obviously, when you can look back and trust those guys, from the mechanic to the crew chief to the tire changer to the spotter, and everything. I mean, you really have to have a lot of trust in your team when you're out on the track doing your thing.
Oh, no doubt. I have 110% trust in everybody that puts a wrench on this thing. And I do understand that we're all human. Things are going to happen, and people are going to mess up. That's the bottom line. But other than that, I trust them 110%.
Zach Mitchell again joining us on the program, Ultimate Series champion. Let's talk about that, Zach. What makes you still stay involved so much with the Ultimate Series, and what is your thoughts of what Stan Lester, DJ Irvin, Kelly Carlton, now Tim Packman have done with the company in the last 10 years?
It's they put together a really great series. We really enjoy running it. Kelly, all them guys are really good people. We've got to know everybody a lot, pretty well. And, it's a little, it's pretty fun traveling up and down the road and, going to different racetracks. And, I know we don't have any racetracks that are 10 or 12 hours away, but, some of these racetracks we go to, we may try to make a win or a weekend out of it and,
right.
Maybe leave on a Friday night and, go up and just hang out a little bit. And, like I said, they put together a really great series, and, I'm fortunate to be a part of it.
Zach, let's talk about your crazy win at Lancaster, South Carolina, two Saturdays ago. I mean, 4 1,000ths of a second when you crossed the line. What a finish between you and downtown Michael Brown and everybody that was involved in that race. Wow.
Oh, it was it was something else. That's probably one of the closest finishes I've ever been a part of. And, once again, just to be able to I was just fortunate to be a part of that. I knew we had a really good car. I knew Michael had a really good car, and he changed his lineup and there a little bit at the end of the race, and I kind of stayed committed there to the bottom pretty much of the whole race. And there towards the end, I started to make a little bit of time up on him, and I don't know if somebody told him to move down or what, but I kind of just stayed right there on him. I wasn't really gaining a whole lot. I wasn't really losing a whole lot. I decided to move up. We've been to Lancaster quite a few times, and I decided to move up and try to get a little bit of momentum built up around that top. And I was able to do that and cross him over, and we raced like heck for 2 or 3 laps, and
right.
It was a lot of fun. It really was.
And Friendship Speedway this past Saturday night, you were there for that win. You had a great performance. What a turnaround for last year for you. I remember last year you went to Friendship, you had your hauler breakdown on the way there, and there was only like 14 cars, and you bested them. And then you turn around and you come here this year, and there was like 30-plus cars, and a dominating performance. I mean, just things are clicking on Team 57.
Yeah, we once again, we're fortunate that we have a lot of help, and they've been able to put me in really good equipment. We just kind of got a good little thing going right now, and I hope it stays that way, and hopefully we can click off a few more wins before the end of the year.
Zach, is there ever going to come a time? I mean, we love you on the Ultimate family, we love you on the Fast Track Companies International family, but of course, this is my last year after 11 years announcing for Fast Track. If we get a race, I know we're scheduled to race at Tacoma, Georgia next weekend, but where do you want to see your future go? Do you want to move up to a full-time ride with Lucas Oil or World of Outlaws if something like that come, or are you happy, complacent with where you're at?
I mean, I'm no doubt, happy where I'm at. Don't get me wrong. You always want to better yourself, but you also kind of have to be a little humble too. I've been really fortunate in the past couple of years that my my family sacrificed a lot for me since I've been a kid, doing this stuff and doing this sport I love. And there's no doubt I'd love more than anything to to be able to compete with the Lucas Oil or Water Outlaws, or just on a national level. That would mean the world for me. But right now I'm thankful to be where I'm at.
Hey, one of the things that is going to be unveiled for tonight actually is, and I was talking to Chris Tilley about it this afternoon, is the unveiling of the schedule for the Ray Cook Schaefer's Oil Southern National Series. It will run July 10th through July 25th. Are you going to plan to run that?
It's still a possibility. It's hard to say right now, really. We still, that's something I've always really wanted to do. But like I said, a lot of my help, man, they work full-time jobs, and it'd be tough on us to try to do that for 2 weeks. It really would.
Zach, Bruce Barrett, your final question for Zach Mitchell here on Ray Clay Life.
Well, Zach, you mentioned, you look forward to what's coming in the future and stuff like that. And, I feel that, working towards, going to another series and everything. I mean, you have goals and things of that nature. And how do you feel about those opportunities coming to you and with your success and everything? I mean, there's got to be folks out there that's seeing this, maybe being able to get that call one day.
Oh yeah, no doubt. That was something I've always looked forward to ever since I've been a kid. Always making that next step. That's always been a huge goal of mine, to be able to travel nationally, just go up and down the road and race and do the sport I love. But like I said earlier, I'm thankful to be where I'm at now. I never thought I would be able to have what I have now. I'm really fortunate right now to have the things I have, but also that would be great to be able to do something like that.
Well, Zach,
I'll say this to you, Zach. If you aim at nothing, you'll hit nothing.
Exactly.
So, I just wish you the very best in your endeavors, and congratulations on these wins, and we're looking forward to seeing great things from you.
I appreciate it. Thank y'all for having me on.
Yeah, I was going to say, Zach, we've known each other for a long time, bud, and one thing I got to say that you've really improved on, and that's been interviews. You've really stepped up in the public department of talking, because I remember when I used to talk to you down at Victory Lane at some races and crate shows, and you were just like, yeah, it was good. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Mom and Dad. You've really come a long way. How did that did you take a speech class? Did you, not a speech class, a speaking class is what I meant. How have you improved in doing your interviews?
I don't know. My fiance, she stays on me all the time. She's a real big talker. She loves to talk. She loves to communicate, and I guess it's kind of rubbed off on me a little bit. But I've always just been one of the real shy, quiet ones. But she's kind of helped me out in that sense. But
yeah.
you know, I always, I never can find the words to say, you know, it's just, I never really have been a huge talker.
And I will tell you this: you've had a lot of TV time on MAV TV. There's been special segments about you on MAV TV, Short Track America. I've done special interviews with you, and so has Bob Dillner, Speed 51. You have definitely got a lot of exposure, probably in the last 2 years, with people around the country knowing who Zach Mitchell is.
Yeah, that's you know, that's great that, you know, things like that are kind of trickling down into the dirt late model world. And, you know, getting a little bit of TV exposure and things like that. You know, getting all these sponsors exposure, and you know, maybe one day down the road, you know, a potential sponsor could see that and, you know, say, hey, you know, I'd like to see my name on a screen like that. But you know, hopefully, you know, the dirt late model, you know, scene will keep growing and growing and growing.
Hey, listen, speaking of sponsors, go ahead and thank them on Red Clay Life. We appreciate you being on tonight.
Oh, no doubt, because I promise you I couldn't do it without them. Eubanks Oil Company, Clary Hood Incorporated, Clot Synthetics, the Rustic Rose Boutique, Barry Wright Race Cars, FK Rod Hands, Clements Racing Engines. I have to thank all my help to Mike Foster, Dalton Foster, Tim Brock, my dad, of course, my fiance Brina. She helps too. You know, Landon Vaughn, Jason Fletcher, and there's been a lot of people that's really contributed to my racing career over the years, and, you know, they may not go now, but I really appreciate everything they've done for me.
You know, there's no I in team, and you realize that, and I think that's made you a humble driver, and you're so respected in the Southeast for what you do. Continued success, Zach Mitchell, and look forward to seeing you at the next race, bud.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's Zach Mitchell from Erie, South Carolina, the driver we used to call Kid Quick, and now I think it's Easy E or Easy Z or Kid Z or Man Z or something. I don't know. Tommy Tanner had to come up with some new nickname for him. But Bruce, that is, like I said, a humbling driver, a good friend. Zach Mitchell is, not only as a racer but as a competitor and somebody that I've known for almost a decade. And it's so cool seeing the success he's had.
Well, I tell you, you know, you come up with the nicknames and stuff like that. Here's one that's a fact. This kid's a winner.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we talk about Northeast Motorsports on dirt, back up and going again, back to normalcy after the pandemic. Take that back. We're still nationally considered in the pandemic, but as we move back into some type of reality again after this 3-month hiatus of no racing, one part of the United States has suffered, and that has been the Northeast. A lot of areas got to go a lot quicker than the Northeast did. They're finally in the last week or two getting back to the racetracks. Fans, restrictions on fans. We'll talk about that with Paul Small, my good announcing colleague and friend, along with Bruce Barrett. This is Red Clay Life on CRN Podcast. We'll be right back after this word.
Coming soon, the new wave of hydration and energy drink HIQ. This new product is all natural with no caffeine and gives you a major boost of hydration and energy. No twitching effect or crashing like the old energy drinks. You can visit our website at www.liquidhiq.com or Twitter at HiQ2015 to learn more about this amazing energy drink. What is your level?
Live your life and just let go. If you try, then you will know.
Looking for a life insurance company that specializes in what you actually need? Protection. Call Danny today with Symmetry Financial. Danny is certified in all 50 states, which means Symmetry Financial is not limited and has over 30 companies to choose from. Symmetry Financial has proved time and time again that their options and pricing is just better than the rest. Give Danny a call today at 828-994-1681 to see how Symmetry Financial can make life simple.
Unforgettables. Nice. This show is sponsored by Unforgettables. Unforgettables creates detailed hand-painted baseballs for every baseball fan. Check them out at unforgettables.com.
Hey, this is Trace Nye with CRN. Hey, I wanted to give you an update about unforgettables.com. Again, that's unforgettables.com. They are offering a special Father's Day weekend special.